Alright, what is up everybody? Coming back at you with another video on the channel. And today we have got a hot new release from one of my favorite knife designers, Brian Brown. So this was a smaller release. They've got like a full release coming soon, I guess. But this is of his new production knife, the CORVUS. Now this was an exclusive with Slice Fine Knives. I think there's still some inlay models left, so go check it out if you like this. I would definitely recommend grabbing one. So let's get right into it. Got the CORVUS Speed Blasted Titanium with M390 belt satin blade. Go through the packaging right quick. Get the classic Brian Brown logo, and on the back we have the slicefk.com. Inside, got a couple things this time. Got the classic Brian Brown sticker. I love that logo. Got a CORVUS, okay. Got some snacks for later. Got the thought that would be a COA card, but this one did not come with a COA. This is the info for Slice Fine Knives. Matthew Patton. So this is first time I had really heard of and or bought from Slice Fine Knives. Shipping was super fast. Ordered it, late at night. He shipped it out the next morning. Less than 12 hours later, actually. Shipped USPS insured, no issues there. Very happy overall. So, kind of your standard re-op build. Titanium frame lock, bead blasted, 3D milled pocket clip, titanium back spacer. I'm sure it's titanium hardware. But here's where this thing gets crazy. This blade, oh my goodness. Absolutely insane. So it's like you took like 5 blade shapes and made this blade. We've kind of got a harpoon going up there. Obviously a compound ground tonto with a hollow grind back here to a flat. You've got a recurve. It's just all sorts of craziness going on, and I am absolutely in love with this thing. At first I didn't love the recurve, but after having it for a day, it's really kind of growing on me. Adds a little bit to it. It's not your standard compound ground tonto. Got that little recurve action, then with this long harpoon with a swedge up there. Just absolutely gorgeous. So M390 belt satin with hand satin flats. I really do like that look. Got coated thumb studs, and he's got here, they call this the pivot island, which is pretty cool. I have not had this knife apart yet, so that'll be cool to check out what's going on with that. That does make this a locking pivot. On the flip side here, you do have a pivot collar, obviously a lock bar insert. You've got your standard Brian Brown logo there. On the back, some nice cutouts here. Coated back spacer comes around. Knife was pretty well centered here, maybe slightly off to the lock bar side, but that might work out. I haven't messed with the pivot, nothing. I put a little oil in it and I flicked it. D10 on this thing is fantastic, and the action, man, it is good. Like I said, just a little KPL in there. Got a drop all the way down to the thumb. Couple very light shakes, and you can hear that detent lock in there. Deployment. Reverse flick, no problem. Let's get a couple size comparisons in right quick. We have got the Brian Brown Raptor here, a similar yet very different knife. These are, I believe, the exact same size. So this is a 7.7 inch knife. I believe this is on paper the exact same. We'll put it under it here so you can kind of get an idea. pretty much the exact same size. Now for me, the ergos on the Corvus are much better. Then we've got a Jaeger here. All right, Jaeger ever so slightly smaller. I think this is a 7.5, 7.6 inch knife. Get a couple other size comparisons of some different stuff to give you an idea. Got an Axon here. So the Axon is bigger. What else we got? Okay. We got a mini Evo Typhoon, just ever so slightly smaller. And then we have got a Peña Mula, ever so slightly smaller as well. Get these out of the way, and we'll get right into the knife. So I do think at this point this is absolutely my favorite Brian Brown design knife. The blade on this thing is just wicked. The overall size at 7.7, pretty good. You know, I prefer 8 to 8.5, but I can get with my 2XL hands. I gotta show you with the right hand. I can get a full 4-finger grip. If I choke up just the tiniest bit here, I can get on there no problem. The swedge does provide a good thumb ramp. Now there's no jimping there at all. There's actually no jimping on this knife at all, which doesn't bother me. I didn't buy this to be a hard use knife. Probably cut some paper. The pocket clip, even though it looks a little bulky, is not too much of a hot spot. There's nothing there really sharp to grab onto. In and out of pocket does great. He does pretty good with his pocket clips in that regard. Yeah, I'm just in love with this thing. For a production knife, this thing is just wild. The overall design, in my opinion, I'm really digging it. Good ergos there. Now, you do kind of have a finger choil here. That's not a full finger choil, but with that flat, I can actually choke up on it fairly comfortably. You got to watch where you grab a little bit. If you have big meaty claws like I do. If you had skinnier fingers, you could probably second knuckle this no problem. If I watch where I'm grabbing, I can get it. Yeah, overall, just blown away by this thing. Again, action, fantastic. Not really even broken in yet. Just played with. I got it yesterday. Reverse flick, no problem. Now lefty, I can grab the clip and reverse flick it, so that's not a problem. The thumb flick lefty, I've kind of got to grab down here, but with a little bit of a learning curve there, you can get that no problem. Yeah, so there was this version, the plain tie, which I thought was the cleanest for me. They had an Arctic Storm inlay. It was only an inlay on the front side, and then they had a White Storm or something. I didn't love that one. The Arctic Storm was pretty cool, but it was kind of just a little too much going on for me, and I thought it took away from the blade. The overall design of this knife is good enough that plain tie was plenty for me. If he drops some more iterations later on, I may consider getting another one. I like it that much. Yeah, there will be a Damascus steel version, which I'm not big into the Damascus steel, especially for like twice the price. Just, you know, not my thing. Yeah, just absolutely awesome. Now, I have been kind of critical of Riot recently with their QC, especially on the Mula. Go check out my video on is Riot slipping as the top tier OEM. So this one, the only very small issue I had was back, you can see on the back spacer there, had a tiny bit of the coating flake off. So, you know, it is what it is. I might reach out to Brian and see if I can buy another back spacer. Haven't done it yet. I mean, you got to really look to see it. But when you point it out, you know, you can tell that it's there. So it is what it is on that regard. Slightly unfortunate, but an easy fix. So overall, they did really good. The grind on this thing is excellent. Terminates very well back there. Got a really fine point on that Tonto transition. And yeah, action's great. Centering's great. Everything about it's fantastic. Now with the coating on the thumb studs, I thought that wasn't a great idea, because on my Raptor, I was like, surely that's going to wear off. But we're 6 to 8 months in on the Raptor here with a lot of fidgeting, and it's holding up pretty well. Maybe a tiny bit on the edges, but overall, not as bad as I thought it'd be. So we'll see how that holds up. Let's do a quick cut test. And I think I'm going to call that it for a real quick video here. Came screaming sharp, and even the Tonto up at the front can push cut no problem. So very impressive on that front. Overall, this is an amazing design. One of my favorite of 2023 so far. So yeah, guys, Slice Fine Knives, slicefk.com. Pick one of these up. You will not be disappointed. That is the Brian Brown Corvus. So I appreciate you guys watching. Check out my channel for some other videos and more knife content coming soon. I appreciate y'all watching, and have yourself a great day.